Joining us now is clinical psychologist Daniela Schreier. Thanks for being with us today.
Good morning.
It's my pleasure. Good morning.
You know, it's just, this story out of Cleveland is that you can't even wrap your mind around it. What is it that makes, is this just a sick man from the time he was born, Ariel Castro, if all these charges against him are true? What defines a sociopath that makes someone do this, Danielle?
Well, first of all, let's say I've never assessed him.
Yeah.
You kind of regard me as your not legal but psychological commentator. I'm looking in there from the outside. What we are seeing is much more a person who has psychopathic traits, not sociopathic traits, right? So look here, I would summarize him as a sexual predator. All his actions were planned, premeditated. He knew these girls, they were in his neighborhoods, right? So when he was looking around, you covet what you see, and he went for them. The next step, he is a sexual sadist, potentially. He gets pleasure from abducting people, keeping them down, raping them, all the stories that we heard. And lastly, as I say, definitely psychopathic tendencies. If I give one example real quick, the police even say there was no remorse in his statements. He said it was clear that I would get caught because I didn't have an exit plan.
But there seemed to be a little bit of remorse in what is supposed to be his suicide note. Does it surprise you that a psychopath would feel any sense of remorse?
Well, I don't think personally that it is a suicide note. It's a CYB, cover your butt. I'm sorry. He wrote that in 2004, Robin. He left it in his home where no one could enter other than him and actually the survivors. And it was, I think, only one reporter who got hold of the note or saw it before police got it. And he has tweeted a couple of things about it. So what we learned is he said that, yes, I'm a sexual predator or an addict. I have bad family connections. I had a poor upbringing. And listen to this, it's the fault of the victims or survivors. And you know why? Because, well, they made the mistake to get inside the car with a man that they didn't know. Here we have the lie. They knew him, number one. And number two, like in most cases of sexual predators, no responsibility.
How do you, people worry that, you know, someone like this you might be working with them, you might be living with them. What is a giveaway? Is there a giveaway that you see something about this person that they might be doing something off?
Robin, he's kind of the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Right.
And for him, if we look at him, there were a couple of signs. He didn't share any of his private life with people. His children even said they came into his house, the house was full of locks. But he was also very glib and superficial, meaning he was fitting in very well. Listen, the mom of Amanda Berry and even of Gina de Jesus said that he would ask about their girls. How are they? Did you have any news about them? So what you want to look out for is potentially someone who looks just like you, the psychopath among us, but someone that you get a feeling at times, you know, the gut feeling, it's really not all right.
Safe to say someone like that can't be turned around without help of some kind.
I would actually say even with a lot of help, he will not be turned around.
Or medication.
Why? Number one, you need to be willing to change. But number two, especially if we look into sexual sadism, right? It's quite a chronic course. He did that for a long time, 10 years. Potentially it started that he had the fantasies in his childhood, and then it set in early adulthood. So I don't think there is a cure. I am sorry to say that.
Real quickly, these women obviously have years of therapy ahead of them. Can they have a normal life after this?
Well, I make a disclaimer here. Number one, these survivors are very strong. The human spirit is, per se, very adaptive, right? But normal, as your normal maybe is, yours, Larry, and yours as well, right? Maybe not. There's a lot of challenges that they face. There's a lot of therapy or maybe even spiritual guidance. I think they can have somehow of a normal life if we as a society allow them time to get back to us. And we don't have that actually capacity in general. We want everything quick.
Dr. Daniela Schreier, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Let's go to Sky.